Now on CoastTV News.
Dolle's demolition delayed.
Things happen.
The new timeline for the hotel going in its place in Rehoboth Beach.
Whale washed ashore near Bethany Beach.
It's nature doing its thing.
Today, Murr moved the whale out of the water and onto the beach to perform a necropsy.
New parking restrictions in Selbyville.
There's no issues for me.
Where to avoid parking and the fines in play.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Structural damage. That's the reason behind the demolition delay in Rehoboth. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis in for Maddie Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight is a new timeline for the demolition and construction of a major hotel project in Rehoboth Beach.
This is what the site of the One Rehoboth Avenue Hotel has looked like since last fall. The old Sirocco Motel and North End Grottos completely destroyed. That was just the first phase of the demolition. The second phase had the green light since October, but work has been stalled, and now we know why. CoastTV reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us the new timeline for the One Rehoboth Avenue Hotel.
Structural damage near the old Sirocco Hotel. That's why the development group behind the One Rehoboth Avenue Hotel is pushing the project back months.
Things happen.
It's kind of a blight on Rehoboth, unfortunately.
Demolition for the remaining buildings in this project, including the Zelke's, old Dolle's building, and Corbro's, will start in September. So these businesses will be able to open for this summer. Jim Alco has lived in Rehoboth Beach for over 20 years. Alco thinks with more and more major projects like the One Rehoboth Avenue Hotel, the city is losing its small town feel.
Some of these buildings are so old that there's some things that you get into. Again, I'm not an structural engineer, but I think you get into some things and you get into some surprises.
When it's all said and done, the One Rehoboth Avenue Hotel will have 4 floors, an underground parking garage, and retail space on the first floor. Jerry Kernan lives in Rehoboth Beach and thinks the new timeline makes sense.
All this will be done in the off-season this coming fall, and it won't disrupt the visitors, the tourists who are coming to the town.
Kernan says new projects like this are nothing but good for the city.
Any new improvement is always a great thing for Rehoboth in general and the boardwalk specifically, because you're not going to lose too many vendors.
Right now, the City of Rehoboth Beach says the entire One Rehoboth Avenue Hotel that will stretch from Rehoboth Avenue all the way to the new life-saving station will be done by summer of 2028. In Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, CoastTV News.
This is not the first time the Sirocco Motel has caused delays for the One Rehoboth project. Back in May, the city said the building had structural problems during initial demolition, and that forced the work to continue into June.
This brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know what matters most to you about the Dolle's building delay.
Let's see. Let's look at the results here. Earlier, still the same. Most people saying Rehoboth's appearance, but also 26% say making sure that construction is done the right way.
In fact, that appearance one has ticked up a few there. If you haven't voted yet, you can still go do that at coasttv.com or use the mobile app, and we will show you updated results on CoastTV News at 11. Murr says this young humpback whale washed ashore yesterday near Bethany Beach after it was first spotted 2 days earlier floating off the Indian River Inlet. Today, Murr, with the help of heavy machinery from Denrec, moved the mammal out of the water and onto the beach. You can see the crews working here performing a necropsy, which is an autopsy for animals, in hopes of determining the cause of death. We spoke with one onlooker checking out the scene.
It's nature doing its thing, and it's sad, but it's how we all, it all happens.
It is sad. For similar situations in the past, crews have buried beached whales beneath the sand, a process that Murr says goes back into helping the ecosystem.
Now we're taking a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach on the boardwalk, and our First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us now with a check on the forecast.
Good evening, Christina. Yeah, we're going to need that rain gear heading into the weekend. We're seeing cloudy skies. It's dry right now across Sussex County, but already starting to see showers now across the eastern shore from Easton through Denton, north of Milford right now, and steadier rain back through the I-95 corridor from Elkton back through Baltimore and Washington as well. As we have a warm front that's lifting to the north right now, so it's along that warm front that we have the rain, and then farther to the west, we have a cold front. Eventually, we'll be seeing low pressure developing along this front and enhancing that rain into Saturday. Temperatures now are mild. Inland areas lower 60s from Bridgeville to Milton, 61 in Millsboro, but cooler at the coast. 58 Bethany Beach, 56 in Rehoboth. As the winds are coming in out of the south, a little stronger at the beaches and gusting to 20 miles per hour now at Bethany Beach, 22 at Indian River Inlet. So this evening, we'll be seeing occasional showers. Won't be raining all the time. Here's 8:30 with some of those showers and maybe some fog later tonight as we're looking at some mild conditions continuing, and then it gets cooler heading into your Saturday morning with cloudy skies. Here's your evening planner. We're looking at the rain occasional as we go through the evening hours with temperatures into the 50s. We do have a yellow alert Saturday for heavy rain, maybe some local flooding, and then much colder on Sunday. Your full forecast coming up a little bit later on.
The town of Selbyville has adopted new parking restrictions by the Mount Air Farms plant in hopes of improving safety. Coast TV News reporter Drew Bellinger shows us where to avoid parking and the fines.
Restrictions by the railroad. The town of Selbyville has adopted new parking restrictions as Mount Air Farms shift changes clog the narrow Railroad Avenue, funneling employees out onto the road.
It's a cluster.
Owner of Addicts of My Life, Ashley Abel, says shift changes bring traffic.
Sometimes I will notice because it makes me see and look at my watch to know what time it is, but sometimes I'm watching them come as early as 3:30 and sit and wait.
Town officials say the restrictions stretch from both the west and the east sides of Railroad Avenue, from Cemetery Road to West McCabe Street. The ordinance provided by the town of Selbyville says that Mount Air Farms has directed its employees to no longer park on Railroad Avenue. But because it is a town-owned street, Mount Air Farms does not have legal authority to fully enforce that. An employee of Mount Air Farms declined to speak on camera, but he tells me he thinks the company could provide even more parking. Melissa Michaud lives nearby.
You've got the whole road available. It's not like they're parked in the middle of the road, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's no issues for me. And I use that road 3 or 4 times a day.
Town officials say those who commit the misdemeanor will be fined $10 plus cost. Restrictions on Railroad Avenue to improve safety. In Selbyville, Drew Bellinger, Coast TV News.
Well, it's time to get ready for a smoother walk or bike ride for that matter. Crews have paved the Georgetown-Lewis Trail between Fisher Road and Harbison Road. Walkers on the finished sections are pleased with the progress.
Now this is open. It's a long time coming, and I'm glad it is. You know, the state did a fine job with it as far as contracting with the company that put the blacktop down. It's nice and smooth all the way up.
So the entire project is still on track to wrap up in late 2026. Once the final phase is complete, the Georgetown-Lewis Trail will become the longest continuous trail in Delaware.
A portion of the Fred Hudson Road Trail at Fresh Pond will be closed for some critical repairs. This closure begins Monday, January 12th, and the Delaware Seashore State Park says it will be closed for a week. Access to this section of the trail from Hickman Road and Coastal Highway parking lots, that will be closed as well.
In the Georgetown Circle, safety upgrades could be coming. Town leaders want to put a new barrier around the edges of the circle. This comes after multiple car crashes left cars in the middle of the circle last year. Right now, these are the bollards around the edges there, but Georgetown leaders say they're more decorative than they are safe. The town looking to put $26,000 toward designing and permitting new ones. They would be bigger and keep cars from breaching into the center. One member of the Circle Advisory Committee says it's a needed safety upgrade.
Especially now that there's probably well over 9,000 to 10,000 cars a day that come through here. And so, yeah, in order to enhance public safety, they're going to have to do something.
That $26,000, though, would not cover the entire project. Town leaders say they don't have a total cost right now. However, they do say they hope to have the new bollards in by the end of the year. Georgetown's council will talk about the design cost at Monday's meeting. New tonight, the virtual public hearings hosted by the Delaware River and Bay Authority to discuss changes to the Cape May Lewis Ferry fares. That meeting has been postponed. The hearing was originally set for Monday, January 12th from 6:30 to 8. There's no new date yet, but the Delaware River Bay Authority says it will be rescheduled. And we are just getting started tonight.
In sports, football awards for our local teams, the best player in the state of Maryland getting recognized.
Here's a live look into ocean view on the gutter helmet cam. The American flag getting a workout. It's breezy there, upper 50s with rain developing as we go through the evening hours. Congratulations to Diane Althouse from Dagsboro, winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV. Yellow alert Saturday for heavier rain and then clearing out, but cold into Sunday. More in your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
But first, if you want to get into something fun this weekend, there's great options from the arcade to the ocean. Your cool things to do coming up when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
This weekend, fun is the name of the game. Hit some arcades, spot some seals, maybe play a little bingo. Christina DeRobertis has your cool things to do.
If your New Year's resolution is to have more fun in 2026, this is a great weekend for you. Let's begin at Zelke's Beach Arcade in Rehoboth. They're hosting a play-a-thon starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday. It's all games, prizes, and giveaways. And let's be honest, no one is too old for skee-ball. Or if you're more into coastal wildlife, you can grab a jacket and head out with Cape Water Tours. Seal season is here, and the Mare Institute will be on board to tell you all about these cute little creatures. That's at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Over at Cape Henlopen State Park, you've got options. Saturday at 11, there's art in the park, a chance to walk the trails and sketch the natural world. Or if your weekend plans include a wagging tail, Sunday's pack walk at Gordon's Pond is a great excuse to get outside. All breeds are welcome, leashes are required, and the walk gets moving right at 11 a.m. And Saturday night in Millsboro, it's time for Designer Bag Bingo. The event starts at 5:30 at the Indian River Fire Hall. Proceeds support the Millsboro Bagel Bombers. That's a travel baseball team. For all the details, you can head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do. After the break, Bob Trehe with your full forecast. He's tracking the weather in the Coast TV First Alert Weather Center right now.
Well, it's been nice to get a break from the winter chill the last few days, and today, boy, it almost felt like a little bit of springtime out there. 63 in Georgetown, 64 in Salisbury. A little cooler at the beaches. Ocean City, 56. Cambridge at 59 degrees. Here's a live look at the Boardwalk Plaza cam right now. We're looking at cloudy skies, but tonight, showers start to develop. You'll need the rain gear, occasional showers, maybe some patchy fog. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And then the rain ramps up as we head into Saturday. It's going to be a Saturday soaker. We do have the yellow alert for the potential of some local flooding with some heavier rain. And then it's turning colder and blustery on Sunday. Right now, we're looking at a lot of clouds across the region. Already some showers starting to move into Kent County, Eastern Shore, back through Cambridge and Centerville as well. And some heavier showers right along the I-95 corridor from Baltimore to Annapolis and then farther south and west of there. So this is all headed our way for this evening. So if you're heading out for your Friday evening plans, make sure you have an umbrella. As we have a warm front that's starting to move in right now, and then farther back to the west is a cold front, and as it gets closer, we'll see low pressure developing along that front, and then that will enhance the rain as we go into your Saturday. Temperatures now are mild, 60 in Salisbury, 61 in Millsboro and Long Neck, but a cooler 57 in Rehoboth and 59 in Bethany Beach as the winds are picking up out of the south right now, strongest at the coast where we have gusts over 20 miles per hour. So breezy as we go into the evening, and then as we look at future cast, here's 7 p.m. We have the showers that are breaking out. occasional showers, and still quite mild with temperatures in the low 60s. But we'll see some breaks in the showers through the overnight and maybe a little bit of fog as we get closer to Saturday morning with temperatures in the 40s at that time. Then the rain really starts to pick up as we go into your Saturday morning. You can see the yellow and orange areas, and that's some heavier rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder at times too, and maybe some flooding in poor drainage areas late morning into the afternoon as we have temperatures in the 40s and still some of that heavier rain into the afternoon hours. Here's 4 p.m. as the winds are picking up out of the south, and we're still looking at those showers as we go into Saturday evening and then lingering showers into Sunday morning. As a cold front is headed through, we'll start to dry things out as we go into Sunday morning, and then it gets cold with a northwesterly breeze and we start to clear the skies out by afternoon, only in the mid to upper 40s. And some places we'll see at least an inch of rain out of the system, maybe as high as almost an inch and a half as we go into Saturday and Saturday evening. And along the coast on Saturday, Dewey Beach 57, it's a washout pretty much tomorrow. Lewis 57, Bethany Beach 57, Chickadee at 54, and the wind starting to pick up as well out of the south into Saturday evening. Not as bad Sunday night, but then as that front comes through on Sunday, we're going to be seeing gusts close to 30 miles per hour. And here's the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. We're looking at below normal temperatures, and it could get a little wintry too as our storm pattern gets active towards the end of the week. Maybe rain and snow on Thursday, and then another system could bring more rain and snow as we go into your next weekend, into your Sunday. 46 tonight, occasional showers, patchy fog. 56, rain likely tomorrow. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, rain and snow Thursday 42, and then colder upper 30s and dry on Friday.
The town of Ocean City announced free beach grass plug bundles. Those are going to be available for pickup February 7th. The town says the bundles are for planting dunes along oceanfront properties within town limits, and they must be planted within a few days. Dune grasses help fight erosion and they protect the coastline.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Although the high school football season is finished, local athletes are getting recognition for what they accomplished this season. The 2025 Maryland Small School All-State football teams have been released. Former Washington head man Alec Menser received Coach of the Year honors, while Parkside's Tavian DeShiel is Class 2A's Player of the Year. He's also on the all-offense team. Joining him, Wicomico linebacker Kevin Thomas, but on the defensive side for 2A, down in 2A 1A. Easton linebacker Jordan Horsey made the all-defensive team. Ken Island kicker Spencer Chappelle is the kicker and punter of the year. And finally, in 1A, Corona Richardson standout Jair Dickerson made the all-offense team, while Washington's offensive lineman Vladimir Mandron also got a spot. As for defense, linebacker Jaden Hollowell picked up honors to represent Cambridge South Dorchester. To the college ranks, former Y-High football star Jace Freeman will be heading to Temple University after spending time in Stony Brook. The receiver enters the transfer portal, and now he will be in the city of brotherly love. Have a great night, everybody.
Make sure you grab the umbrella out the door this evening. We'll see the showers building in, occasional showers through the overnight, remaining mild, falling from the 60s into the 50s. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Yellow alert tomorrow for heavy rain at times, maybe some flooding in poor drainage areas, and much colder into Sunday, 47, 43 on Monday, lower 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. Then our pattern gets pretty active as we go into Thursday. Could be seeing a little rain and snow there, cold into the weekend, and maybe another shot of more significant snow as we head into your Sunday. We'll watch that. Temperature of 40 degrees. Not done with winter by a long shot.
No, we are not. Thank you, Bob, and thanks for being here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.